Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylle and your mission today is to find out what you are committed to and, if necessary, to make corrections to that or adjustments to that commitment. Now you may say, Sibylle, I know what I'm committed to. Why do I have to find that out? But hear me out. Years ago, I was in coaching, and this was the time when I was still in this very demanding job and paying back my debts. And not having time or energy for anything else in my life. And my coach asked me this question, what are you committed to, Sibylle? And I started telling her about, I'm committed to living my best life, to spending my time in a meaningful way and being happy and all these good things. And then she said, that's not what you're committed to. And she directed me to look at my results. And what was actually manifest in my life, which was stress, long hours, little social interaction, hardly any money left over for anything that brought me actual joy because I was busy paying back my debt. And she said, this is not a good or a bad thing, but what you are committed to right now is paying back your debt. And that is the only thing you're committed to. And she was right. So for the time being, that was okay, but I had to adjust my perception and become aware of what was actually going on in my life, because that is the first step towards changing it when the time comes to change it. So we're going to do this, we could call it a little audit of your commitment in the following minutes. So your first task is, as you might have guessed by now, to study your results. Look at your current life, because that is the best way of determining what your commitment actually is, what you are committed to. Now here's a little caveat. The way manifestation works, it can work very quickly, almost instantly, but in general it is safe to say that whatever is manifest in your life right now is the result of your focus and commitment of the past. It might be as recent as last week, but it's not always a 100% accurate reflection of what you're committed to right now. However, it is fairly close and it's always, in any case, it's worth considering it and reviewing it, because that tells you a lot about yourself and what you have been focused on up to now. So look at what your life is like. What takes up most of your time? What takes up most of your energy? So we have done this before, how many hours do you spend per week on your passions and on everything else? Now, this is a very useful exercise, and if you haven't done it back then, I invite you to do it now. Find out where you spend your time, but also go a little deeper and determine where your focus is, what occupies most of your thoughts. You might be in a job, but you think all day long about something else, about your relationship or about something. What is in your energy often paints a more accurate picture of what you're actually committed to at this time in your life. So look at your results, that's your first task, and figure out where your current or your recent past focus actually lies. Task number 2 is to correct your commitments. So now you know where your current commitment or recent past commitment is. Look at it and basically ask yourself the question, is that where I want to be? And if it is, congratulations, brilliant. Keep doing what you're doing, you're on the right path. Now you might have found that there are commitments that you really like, and there are some things that take up a lot of space in your time and in your thoughts and in your energy that you would ideally like to take up less space or no space at all. And this is where you can start making adjustments. Just see, is there something you would like more of? Is there something you would like less of? Write these down. If you have to, pause this video and write it down. First of all, don't think of how you're going to do this. Just notice it. Just notice what is there that you really wish was different. And then the next step is to figure out how to get there. Now, I know I keep harping on about it, and I'm a coach, so it's a bit cheesy to say, get coaching. But honestly, these types of changes in life are the prime candidate for getting outside help. It is really difficult and an uphill struggle to do it on your own. Now, if you determine to do it without getting professional help, at least get the people in your life on your side. You need your partner, your friends, your children, or whoever is around you, whoever you spend lots of time with, to be in your corner, because otherwise it's going to be really, really hard, next to impossible. And if you're struggling in any way, shape, or form, that is no reason to be ashamed, because everybody does. I certainly do, and that's why I always have a coach and consider to get coaching for at least, a few months, for at least 3 or 6 months, to just sort this out and to at least get started in the direction of those changes. And number 3 is kind of the result of that, and that is paint your ideal picture. What do you want your life to look like in terms of what are you committed to? What is your ideal focus? Where would you like your focus to be? It doesn't have to be just one thing. It can be several things. You can be focused on your family and children, and also on your arts or crafts, and even on your job. And there can be 3 or 4 different things, but make it realistic. Especially as a multi-passionate, you will probably come up with 10 different things that you would love to be totally committed to, and no one life has space for that much. You only have 24 hours in a day, and remember, you need to do self-care and maintenance as well, and life happens, things happen, some things will start taking over for a while, and if you have 8 other balls in the air that you need to juggle, that is going to become very demanding and very stressful, and you might end up with burnout. So make a realistic list of the commitments, the main commitments that you want in your life. And together with the work that you did in task 2, task 3 will be to adjust what you did in task 2, to adjust it so you move towards this ideal set of commitments that you have determined in task 3. And that's it. All there is left to do is task number 4, is to let me know what you came up with. What is your current focus? What are you committed to right now? What did you find out? Where would you like to be? How are you planning of getting there? However much you wish to share, I would love to hear from you. So hit reply on the email that you got the link to the video with, and write me an email. I will get back to you, I promise, within 24 hours if I can at all make it possible. And if you didn't get an email with a link to this video, that means you're not part of the Wild Spirits community, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in the little form there. You can also do a life audit on this page, and if you fill in the form after doing the life audit, you'll also get, one of the things you get is the newsletter, so you can go that path as well. The newsletter itself is 100% spam free. It's 1 email per week with lots of additional information other than the link to the video. There's extra articles, there's recommendations of resources like books, and sometimes there are exclusive offers only for subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching, that'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.